Good morning everybody, it is Monday the 18th of February and welcome back to some more behind the scenes. For those of you that don't know, my name is Charlie. I do real raw travel adventures on YouTube. I like to show you how it really is if you go backpacking rather than this idyllic Instagram notion of what it looks like. I don't see why my behind the scenes should be any different. I want to show you guys what it really takes to run an adventure series on YouTube. Without any further ado, let's put you down here because we've got a bit of housekeeping to sort out. Firstly, I just wanted to say massive thank you to everyone that watched the Myanmar episode that came out last week. Myanmar, here we come. All the plans have just been thrown up in the air. Here it is. We've been going uphill for like 2 hours. When you need a walking stick, it's a serious hike. I have never seen anything like this. It has got 1,142 views in just a week. It normally takes me about a month to get to those sort of numbers, so thank you so much everyone that watched it and everyone that commented or hit the like button, because if you engage on it, it tells YouTube that it's a good video, and just hitting that like button, it really means the world to me, so thank you so much everybody. Now for those of you that are regulars, you'll know that I skipped a week last week, and the reason for that is because my brain hit psychic RAM. I literally was in overload. I had spinning wheel of doom. The only way I can describe it is like I had all the tabs open on my computer and my brain just couldn't deal with how many projects I was running at the same time. Instead of closing down the work tabs, I decided to close down the things I wanted to focus on this year. I closed down anything to do with wellness or my well-being or health. I basically stopped having my baths, having any me time, having any just time to read. I wasn't going for walks, and it got to the point where I actually even stopped running because I didn't have time. And that is really bad and not the point of this at all. In fact, that run that you saw me go on the Monday of last week's vlog, that was the only run I had done in 10 days. So I'm basically doing a reset and starting again. See, the problem is I had basically tripled my workload, but not really thought about where the time was coming from to do that. I just haven't really worked out that exact balance yet. So I'm going to go over my schedule and have a look at how I can work the timetable so that I can actually make this work. Because before, I just didn't schedule in any time off at all, which not only meant I had no leeway for if I'm doing some client work and that runs over, but I also don't have any time to myself to think, which is ridiculous when you're trying to do creative work. That just doesn't work. Psychic RAM definitely hit last week and I needed to just reboot. So for the last 4 weeks, this is kind of what my calendar has looked like. And there is very little margin for error or time off, which is just not working. And this is the revised. As you can see, it's a bit more balanced. And you might notice that today is a day off. I really enjoy doing these behind the scenes. There is a tendency, especially with YouTube, to have all these unanswered questions. Like people don't really know what goes into it and what's involved, etc. So I enjoy telling you guys, and I get a lot of questions about all this sort of stuff as well. So I enjoy doing these and I really want to continue doing them. I just need to work out a better balance, I think. Since it's my day off, I have got lots of stuff to do this afternoon. I've got like errands to run, and I am also just going to go do some shopping because I need to get some bits and bobs for next week as I'm going away, which I will tell you about later on. Also forgotten to mention what this week's theme is, which is just be you. I will explain what I mean tomorrow. I spent the morning just running around doing some errands, and now I am heading into town to go shopping, although it's raining, which is not ideal. So while I drive into town, you guys can catch up on a few things that I did last week. It was very cold again. -2 in fact.
The snowdrops came out.
I came to London to get some visa stuff done, but I decided I would wander around and be a tourist as well. Because why not?
Well, one of us is going to fall. We'd rather shake them fight on the revolution. We're the revolution. We want change. We want it now. We want change. We want it now. There is no left or right on the revolution. We're the revolution.
The meme mart episode has progressed. The scarf did not. And I designed a business card. So yeah, that was about it for last week. Pretty much just visa paperwork, a bit of editing. So I'm now in Colchester, which is Britain's oldest recorded town. And as you can see behind me there, that's part of the wall. It's pretty cool here. Let me show you. Okay, the first job on the shopping list is to get some wool because I ran out for my scarf. So I need to get another colour. It's a bit more tricky than you think because I need to get acrylic, but it also has to be like kind of fluffy acrylic. So what colour is my scarf gonna be? I like turquoise and aqua green, like this colour, which you probably would have never have noticed from the fact all of my branding is turquoise. Oh my goodness. Whew. Shopping done. I can't believe it's almost dark. I mean, I don't know what time I started shopping, but oh dear. Anyway, time to go home. I think it's about like 6:30. Oopsie. Let me show you what I got. So I got a cute little pinafore dress, another cute little pinafore dress, pair of jeans, a skirt, a little jumper, some bras, kind of soft sports bra, and some wool. So these are going to go in the scarf. And then I saw this and I thought, wow, merry-go-round wool. I totally might be getting ahead of myself with, you know, buying wool for my second scarf when I haven't even finished the first one. But it just looks so awesome. Look at this stuff. Having some quick dinner before we're going out again. Henry wants to go out to the cinema. What film are we seeing, Henry?
Alita Battle Robot or something like that?
Alita Battle Robot.
3D film, makers of Avatar, James Cameron.
It's the Avatar lot, that's why we're going to go see it.
She contains technologies that have been lost for 300 years. She is threatening the natural order of things.
Here we go. Henry, I think this film's going to be ridiculous.
It's not. Don't judge a book before you've even read its cover.
This is nice ice cream. Oh, so good. Well, that was an interesting movie. What did you think of that movie, Henry? We're in the car park, by the way, we're not driving anywhere.
We're doing movie driving.
No, if you do movie driving, you just have to look at me the whole time and not, yeah, exactly. That's movie driving. What did you think of that movie?
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah. Not sure. Story was a bit slow, maybe.
He's being polite. Right, let's go home. Oh, it's about 11:30. Way past my bedtime. Anyway, gonna go to sleep because tomorrow we have a lot to talk about. Good morning, it's Tuesday. My dad just came up to my office and said he wanted to show me something that he created. So let's go and have a look at what it is.
Oh, very good.
Look at that, he's actually created a whole owl box. And then he put this sign on it. For rent. Owls. Henry, you're ruining my audio here. Owls apply within, it's so cute. This is the landing deck, yeah?
That's their platform.
That's the little platform. It's so
sunbathing.
cute. Sunbathing? How cute is that owl box that my dad has made? Anyway, so I wanted to talk about this week's theme, which is just be yourself. Now, this is a lot easier said than done, mainly because we are subconsciously being programmed. Now, let me explain. Do you remember last week when I said I get really fed up of trawling through Netflix? It kind of got me thinking because I was feeling really uninspired. Normally I'm really excited to pick a movie, but I was starting to get really uninspired by the whole process. And it got me thinking because at the moment we're constantly bombarded by choices on all these platforms. You go on Netflix and it tells you what you should be watching, judging by what you've already watched. And it's the same with Spotify, telling you what you should be listening to, going by what you've already been listening to. And the same with books on Amazon. You've read this, so maybe you'd like to read this. We are being so programmed to not make our own decisions. We're just going by what we're suggested to watch, if that makes any sense. Now, most of the time we just go along with that because it's easier, but it's an algorithm that's set up to suggest safe choices. It wants you to stay on the platform, so it's suggesting things that it pretty much knows you're going to like. And there's no problem with that. That's absolutely fine. The problem is it's teaching us to just accept what is in front of us. And the same thing happens on here. And what happens is you get bombarded by the same type of content constantly, and then people go away and start creating their own content, and all they do is end up mimicking what they've had pushed at them constantly. This happens especially on Instagram. Everyone has seen those same photos in the same locations, and it's just ridiculous. Why? Why? I can't even deal with it. Why is everyone programmed to just want to take the exact same photos? The whole point of this platform is that you can create anything you want. You don't have to run it by film producers or TV executives or anyone.
I enjoyed your films, the early ones. I took this meeting out of respect because I wanted to say no to your face.
You have the power to do whatever you want. But everyone seems to just be mimicking each other because that's what they think they should do, and therefore are just creating something that isn't truly them. I don't blame people for copying something that works, a formula that works, because everyone wants to make money, everyone wants to earn a living from creating and doing what they love, but we need to really stop and think about what sort of cultural society we are creating right now. What are we really doing if everyone is just following that algorithm? And that is the problem, and that is what worries me. And apparently that's what creates more resting panic face. People often contact me and say, I love your series, but have you thought about making it shorter? Because then you'll probably grow faster. And my response to this is always the same. Obviously, I have thought about this a lot, but there's a reason that I do things the way I do. It's my style. It's how I like to build my stories. I like to take my audience on a journey, and I like it to be immersive. I like people to feel like they are going on the journey with me, which I don't personally feel you can do in a 7-minute vlog. And I enjoy making long adventures, you know? That is what I do, it's my style, and there doesn't seem to be many people doing that. So if you're new to this platform, for goodness sake, whatever you do, don't just copy what you've seen, because that's not really gonna get you anywhere in the long run. If you are just creating content just to be popular,
she's the queen bee, the star.
If you are just yourself, by definition, it's gonna be unique. As the god of YouTube himself, Casey Neistat, says, if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong. And I just want to emphasize that and tell you to have some courage to just do what you want to do.
No one will play us on the radio.
We need to get experimental. Mark these words. No one will play it clean. Fortune favours the bold.
If that has inspired just one person to do things their way instead of trying to conform and fit in with the algorithms, then job done.
We'd rather shake them fight on the revolution. We're the revolution.
This is what Myanmar Part 2 looks like at the moment. This is pretty much just raw footage dumped on the timeline. This is kind of the big picture. You know, when I always talk about looking at the pattern of it and the big picture, that is what it looks like so far. I've basically done the intro and the opener to it and the very first kind of scene section. Oh my goodness, I did not realise the time. It's 3:30 and it is my turn to cook today. I'm doing a risotto, so I need to get started because my mum goes out to orchestra early and I think my brother's going out and doing something as well. So basically dinner has to be ready by about 5 o'clock. So I need to go and cook.
She said she couldn't believe why I waste my time on this.
The secret to risotto is to keep nurturing it, keep pouring stock in, keep pouring white wine in. It takes a while.
Those days when we used to kiss on a lazy afternoon. Cigarettes and bottles of wine, living easy, I presume. Now I...
Aw, let me show you something super cute. Meet my cat, Tiggy. She has her own little shelf next to the Arga so it stays warm. She's too cute. She's an OAP, I think she's about 14 years old. We rescued her, we have no idea how old she actually is. If people are wondering what that is, it's a GPS. She went on holiday once and we lost her. She now has a GPS around her neck so that we can find her. So in the interest of what I was saying earlier about Netflix, just, you know, suggesting things for you, I'm gonna go through my DVD collection and pick movies that I would like to watch rather than, you know, what's recommended. I mean, don't get me wrong, I obviously do like some of the films on Netflix. I haven't quite finished actually putting all my DVDs into their cases yet. I've got one more box to do. And I just saw this. I've only seen it once, but I do remember it being quite funny. So this was supposed to be chicken and mushroom risotto, except I poured too many peas in by accident. Oopsie!
If you can see, the numbers all go to 11. One louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
It's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm not really sure how to kind of say this without being ridiculously ironic with everything that I said yesterday. It's just, this morning I woke up and one of my colleagues has got a press trip that I've kind of been chasing for ages, and it just made me feel really frustrated because my channel doesn't grow that fast because of the nature of what I do, and I do what I do because I just want to be true to me and do my style. I could have grown so easily if I just pumped out everything broken down, split up, you know. Just by the nature of how the algorithm works, my channel would be so much bigger. And because my channel isn't bigger and I don't have that social currency behind me, people don't take me seriously. And it's very frustrating. I literally just got a comment from someone saying that they've watched my series twice over. There's like so few YouTubers out there that can say that people have watched their content more than once. I'm really happy about that. That's the biggest compliment you can possibly get. It's not growing fast enough, you know. There's this like internal battle to just conform to what everyone else does. I've been battling that for 2 years now. I don't want to do that. But I'm beginning to feel like it's just not gonna happen if I don't just conform. Oh, it's 6:30 in the morning, I'm already having a work confidence crisis. That's what really happens. So you know that, oh god, I'm like snotty now. This is the reality behind this sort of stuff. Anyway, what are you gonna do, hey? Just gotta keep battling. Just keep swimming.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
So on that note, I'm just gonna battle on. Ugh. I'm gonna say good morning again. It's now 7:30. I'm feeling much better. I've had a productive, like 45 minutes editing. Sorry about earlier, just had a bit of a blip. But the whole point of doing this is to not miss out the blips, if that makes sense. So that you guys don't get this false sense of the ups and downs of this sort of thing, you know. I think the frustrating thing for me, this is it, is that I always get really good feedback. And from you guys, you know, you always give me really good feedback, and it's difficult when it's not quite going the way you want it to, or moving fast enough. So I wanted to just get out there that it can be quite an emotional journey, you know. It's not just going to work and doing a job for someone because you're not invested in it, you're not emotionally invested in it, and that's the big difference. Don't get me wrong, I really love what I do. I really love this so much, and I want it to build so that I can do it more, so that this can be my full-time job one day. So that's why I care. But it's a difficult balance, because if you care too much you end up crying at 6:30 in the morning. I have just walked back into my room and my YouTube was playing, and I was like, hang on a second, just had my breakfast, I did not leave anything playing. What is this? Ham sandwiches of the world. My brother has put a playlist of how to make ham sandwiches. Henry, you're an absolute muppet. Something really exciting just turned up. Business cards. Look at me. I'm like a proper freelancer with business cards. It took so long to design these last week. Oh my goodness me. What do you think? And it's got my QR code on the back so that people can scan straight to my channel. I mean, they look a bit different to a lot of people's business cards, I guess, but that's kind of the idea.
New card. What do you think?
I've never had actual business cards before. It feels a bit, well, businessy. Anyway, the reason I have got these is because next week I am going to an event called Keyframe. It's been organised by a team called Traverse, and it's not really conference. I think conference is the wrong word for it. It's more kind of a bunch of workshops aimed at content creators. It's called Keyframe, it's in Hamburg, and I am flying out next Tuesday. I'm so excited to go. I mean, I don't really know if I need business cards for it, but I figured that it was better to have them just in case and not use them, and rather than everyone has business cards and I'm the only one that doesn't.
Whoa, very nice. Look at that.
Picked them up from the printers yesterday.
Jack was clearly the crowd's favourite, and so he won just what he'd always wanted, a Kung Fu DVD. I am currently re-recording voiceovers for the breakdowns that I'm doing for the Dragon Trip. I will explain why. The first time that I released these episodes, I actually just recorded all of them on the camera with one of the Rode microphones, and now, listening to them compared to recording on this microphone, they just sound horrible. It's all echoey and it's really jarring. So to demonstrate what I mean, I'm going to let you listen to both of those voiceovers, one from the camera and one from this microphone. Jack was clearly the crowd's favourite, and so he won just what he'd always wanted, a Kung Fu DVD. Jack was clearly the crowd's favourite, and so he won just what he'd always wanted, a Kung Fu DVD. See, you can tell that there's a slight difference, and you probably wouldn't have noticed if I didn't put them right next to each other to compare them, but there is a difference, and it's that attention to detail that always takes the time, and it's those little things that you never normally see that take the time. There's another little bit of behind the scenes for you. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. I want to go for a run, but my instinct, just that second that I thought, oh, I should go for a run now, is, oh my god, I've got too much work to do. I've got too much editing still. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Almost at that point just went, no, I don't have time. This is what I mean. And I've realised that it takes a lot of discipline to work for yourself, to be freelance, etc, etc. But it also takes even more discipline to know where the boundaries are and to say no and to stop, because there's always more work to do. I'm still learning this, you know. It is definitely a work in progress, but we're getting there. I just need to have more structure. I need to put those boundaries in. I just don't know what they are at the moment, if that makes any sense. Some of you probably thinking, what the hell is our problem? I don't know. I really should go for a run, except I just ate my lunch about half an hour ago, so I need to wait for a little bit. Maybe I'll just go for a walk. That's a plan. I am going to listen to my audiobook, go for a little walk around the field. And yes, I am doing it in Christmas leggings. I got back from my walk and had loads of emails about visa paperwork. I've got so much visa paperwork to do. There's like a whole pile of it. Oh god, when will this process end? I hope it's gonna end soon. I'm sat by the fire again because it's freezing today. I can't seem to get warm. But I'm having some cherry and vanilla ice cream. Oopsie. What I was gonna say was, I saw on the news today that they are, or might be, closing Maya Bay, which is the beach. You know, the beach from the beach. They might be closing it permanently. It's been closed for quite a while, but then they opened it again. But now it's possibly closed forever. I don't even really know what to think about that. I feel lucky that I got to go about 10 years ago. This is the beach. The beach. The sand is really nice, but it's just literally like there's no space at all.
But it was good. If there was no people there, it would have been cool.
Yeah, I was there about 10 years ago. It was really busy then. God knows what it would have been like these days. It's crazy though that that's the power that a movie has, right? And that's kind of the power Instagram has these days. I guess we have to be careful and not go crazy. When something trends on Instagram, don't just go there and don't think about the environment, you know? Oh, this is so good. It's a Wednesday and I'm eating ice cream. Oopsie. Oh God, it's almost 11. I got caught up watching some YouTubers. One video specifically, actually, by the Traveling Tal. And he was talking about how all travel vloggers these days just go to locations just to get subscribers. They go to the Philippines, make videos about the Philippines because they know they're gonna get loads of subscribers. They go to India because they know they're gonna get loads of subscribers. And oh my God, I have a lot to say about this. It's very frustrating. I can't talk about it right now. I'm gonna go to bed. We'll discuss this tomorrow. Night.
About 6:30 AM. Sun's not really up yet properly.
I've had to get up pretty early today to get some work done, even though technically today is my day off. Today we're having a family lunch, so oh, my battery is flashing. Sums up my life right now. Out of battery. Yeah, we're having a family lunch, so I've just got to get a few bits and bobs done this morning. They need to be published tomorrow, so I need to just work. But I'm going to be stopping around, well, in a couple of hours actually, and then having a shower, sorting this scenario out. I mean, honestly, as if I put myself on YouTube looking like this. This is ridiculous. That's what it takes though, to show proper behind the scenes. This is how it is. Anyway, I need to get on with doing some drag and trip, final edits and thumbnails. We are going out for family lunch today. I have got my new little pinafore on. What do you think? It's kind of fitted a little bit, but it's cord and yeah. So since it's my day off and I'm flying away very soon, I wanted to spend some time with my family, so we are going out for a really nice lunch. I'm excited and hungry, as always. Family trip, family trip. Henry's looking very smart. His coat, hair's all nice and spiky.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. Yeah, we're in a little village called Lavenham and it's about an hour's drive from where I live. And it's full of Tudor houses and it's really pretty.
I don't know you anymore. It's been a long time since I did. Something is tearing us apart.
What were you just saying about Lavenham?
I was saying a made-up fact.
What?
Highest density of Tudor houses in East Anglia.
That fact could be right. I was getting Henry to do a little Instagram shoot.
Where the wind will blow, I don't know for
Yes, on the Dutch, perfect. You got it in the bag. This village is so pretty.
but if you go, I'll follow you wherever you will go.
I'm not going to do too much vlogging in here because, you know, it's kind of a nice restaurant and it's family time, but this food is amazing.
I just wanna know what you've been up to lately. You seem to avoid me. Don't think you can keep messing with my
That's delicious.
heart. Are we gonna be alright? Please just let me know. Where the wind will blow.
It's very sunny out here. That was a delicious meal. I may be a little bit tipsy. Oops. It has been a lovely day with my family. Good morning. So today is basically a day of visa stuff. Editing, I've got some client work to do this morning, then I've got some Flashback Friday to do. That's also going live this afternoon. They're gonna do what? He's about to lean on this spike with his throat. Oh my god, here we go. Oh no. I really hope this is not in our Kung Fu lesson. Oh my god. But it's all good. Lots of editing to do, but I have my co-editor with me, so that should be helpful. Although, she appears to be sleeping on the job. I'm actually quite excited about editing some of the Meme Master stuff today because it's hot air balloons. I love this section. It's gonna be really cool, and it was such an epic experience. So it's kind of fun to relive it, you know? Oh God, good morning. It's about 7 o'clock, I think, on Saturday. Yes, bang on 7. I woke up at about 6:15, and then I've been on my phone. I can't help it. I'm addicted. I need to sort this out because it's ridiculous, and it is so not good for your mind space to just wake up and get on your phone, you know. Anyhow, I need to go do some exercise. I'm feeling like I just need to run. I was going to do park run today, but that's at 9 o'clock. I'm just going to go now. Can't really see, but there's a rabbit over there. It's a bit foggy out there. I'm a bit scared. I'm such a scaredy cat. I think some monster's gonna come out of the field and get me. Anyway, let's get going. Oh, dropping my camera. It's really foggy. Look. That was such a good run. I feel alive. So good to get exercise done really early in the morning. Just sets you up for the day, you know? Sun was coming up. It was so beautiful. I tried to get a shot on my iPod as I was running along, but it then died. Helpful, hey? Look at how pretty this is. All the water droplets are just hanging from the tree in the light. I've been sat at my desk all day. I'm so glad I got that run in this morning. So I'm just editing the behind the scenes, and I realised I did not explain what I was talking about on Wednesday when I was talking about watching the Travelling Clat Tal's video. Let me just drop in a little section here to explain what he was talking about.
Because of the nature of it, a lot of times when you're a foreigner in somebody else's country, the way that you make videos that are watchable is by reacting to things that are in that country. And instead of trying to gain an audience of people that are gonna watch you travel the world, you're almost just catering to the people that live in that country. The issue with it is that building an audience is almost impossible because the people that subscribe for that content or that watch that content, they only really wanna see stuff about their country. And that's one of the main issues. That's kind of the beginning, the first kind of issue with travel vlogging inherently.
Now, I've decided that this is way too big a topic to talk about right now. There is a lot to go into about whether it's sustainable and this sort of style. Yeah, we'll go into that another time, because as you can imagine, I've got a lot to say about that. In the interest of getting my timetable back on schedule again, I think I'm actually going to sign this off for the week now, because tomorrow will just be more editing this behind the scenes. Oh, but before I do, I want to let you know that next week is going to be really exciting because I'm going to be in Hamburg, in Germany. I've never been there before and I'm so excited to go exploring. You are definitely going to want to tune into next week's because there's going to be some real serious behind the scenes. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'm going to ask you to do something different today. Instead of hit the like button, etc, etc, which, you know, you can do if you want to, but just share it with one person that you think might like it, or, you know, pass on the meme mutt episode if someone's going there, or if someone fancies going on the dragon trip. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's behind the scenes, and if you are new to YouTube and making content, just bear in mind what I said earlier on about just sticking to your guns and doing something that is really just you. Fortune favours the bold. Anyway, I am gonna sign off for tonight, carry on editing, see you next week.